Well, if you look at the markets, 26,200 is something that we have already scaled, and as you were mentioning, we are just 69 points now away from claiming the life high, intraday life high of 26,277. On the gainer side, it's Aisha, Bajaj Twins, Reliance Industries, Tech Mahindra, which have been gaining. On the losing side, we have Tata Steel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, HCL Tech, Tata Motors. Tata Motors is one counter, Tata Motors PV is one counter, which has been under pressure for quite a long time. HCL Tech, that stock was up 5% yesterday in trade. Today, it's down around 1.5%. Aisha and Bajaj Twins, they have been gaining more than 2%, and mainly it's Reliance Industries which has been leading the gain in trade today, 1.9% up, and it must be the highest contributor on the benchmark in trade today. Apart from that, it's Jio Finance, Power Grid, Indigo, which has also been gaining in trade. The interesting part here is that most of the banks are trading in green today, and IT is something that has been lagging in trade today, and IT was one of the top gainers yesterday. It was up around 1,000 points odd. Nifty Bank is something that started contributing on the later half of the side. 26,100 was one of the crucial levels, and analysts were expecting a major breakout from then, and yesterday we did manage to close, and yes, after this breakout, it has come in again at 26,200 level, and again we are now away just 69 points from the life high of 26,277.
Well, thank you so much for that, Soumit. But on the markets, that continues to remain the focus. And we have Vikas Khemani, founder and CIO of Carnelian Asset Management Advisors, to speak about what's happening with the markets. Thank you so much, Vikas, for taking out the time. Just, we are 70 points away from reaching that Nifty all-time high levels. Want to understand your perspective on what's currently driving this momentum that we are seeing back in the markets.
Yeah, hi. I have said this multiple times in the past in our interaction that corporate earnings are picking up, lots of positive things which were happening in the last couple of quarters in terms of, the monetary policy boost versus fiscal boost which has been given. They are all driving the corporate profits very well. So far, this quarterly earnings have been very good. I see Q3 and Q4 earnings also remain robust. So it's a combination of earning growth and liquidity, both always kind of drive the market, and as the US uncertainty comes closer to an end, probably you might see this getting driven further higher.
So just wanted to understand one thing, what would be the next key trigger for the markets from here on? 26,200 is something we have already scaled. We are just 60-70 points away from life high, and that also seems to be achievable at this moment. So what would be the next key trigger for the next leg of growth for the markets?
I guess I just answered that corporate earnings Q3, Q4 will be good, next year will be good. So markets only driven only two things, earnings growth and liquidity. And both are very good right now.
Mr. Khemani,
and that can continue to remain.
Mr. Khemani, just want to understand, you said that the second quarter we've seen that positive earnings growth outlook for majority of these players out there. Even the second half remains positive. So want to understand from you, in which pockets are you mainly seeing this growth coming from?
It's quite widespread if you just analyze the earning growth. Banking has been pretty good. Consumer sector has been pretty good. Automobiles have been very good. Telecom has been good. So generally speaking, many manufacturing companies have done very well. So it's been quite widespread in that sense. It's not one sector which has done well. And I think we've seen that continuing to remain robust.
Right. Now, if you look at this gains that we have seen of late for last few days, IT is one of the major sector that has contributed to these gains. These are the up move that we have seen in IT. Was this largely because of valuations, or are you even expecting a turnaround in the earnings of IT sector?
We think it will get better because if you see all the IT companies have had a good order wins in last couple of quarters. The execution cycle was lagging, which can pick up, and also last 1 year markets and IT sector has been underperformer as well. So as that sector comes back, as the growth accelerates, I'm sure sector will do well.
Mr. Khemani, while everything seems on the positive for now, what would be that one risk that also we should be watching out for?
There's always risk around the corner. You never should, there's risk always comes from the sources you don't predict, and it comes when you don't expect. So there is never, one way to predict risk. It can come from anything.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Khemani, for joining and sharing that perspective on what's happening with the markets today. In fact, right there we are seeing Nifty 50 72 points away from making that all-time high.